Grace and peace to all who do the will of our Father in heaven. This is kind of a test run. I'm not really sure if you can even hear me. Um, Not really expecting anybody to join either since I didn't put the notification out early enough. This was just something that I have been thinking about doing lately, and I am just going to. I have a little time, so I'm just going to give it a shot. I almost want to say, I don't like to say that God told me to do this or that. But I felt kind of led to, um, okay, I'm glad people can hear me. Thanks for the comments. Yeah, I just kind of felt led to open things up a little bit more and um, give an update, but also give an opportunity for people to say things back to me, good or bad. I probably won't be on long. This is just kind of a quick thing. Like I said, um, of course, current events are really popping off right now. Uh, Unfortunately, yeah, it gets really divisive when we have to talk about certain things, and I have to tread on eggshells too in order to not trigger anything in YouTube that will get me kicked off. So I have to speak kind of cryptically when I'm talking about certain events and certain people who are involved in certain events. Um, I think I'm safe to use the word Ashkenaz. I think I'm safe to use that word, but I won't use the J word. Sure. Yeah, it's regardless of whether we say something is an inside job or something is a false flag or this and that, everything happens for a reason. And while we may say man is doing this or man is doing that, at the end of the day, the Most High is still pulling all the strings. So whether it is an inside job or not, and of course it probably is, because how could all those people just get in there like that? But at the same time, our Father is really causing things to happen. And, man has his plans, but at the end of the day, there's only one who is really in control. He said he makes good and he makes evil. He does all these things. So I don't um, get too much into whether things are inside jobs or not, even though they are, because I look at more or less what is the end of all those things. What purpose does it serve and what does it accomplish? And it's always going to work out for the Most High's will. And since, yeah, everybody knows I'm talking about that war that's happening right now, um, it's not Ezekiel 38, like some people have said. It's not Ezekiel 38. It's not Armageddon. It is not anything that you can specifically point to in the Bible, unless if you can, you can put it in the chat right now. Because Ezekiel 38 happens in Revelation 20 after the millennial reign. So it is not that. Israel, maybe, maybe yeah, I guess I'm safe to say that word. I'm walking on eggshells, like I said. So Israel, when they returned to their land, they were supposed to be at peace. They were supposed to be dwelling safely. That's what the Bible says. When they return, when the time of the Gentiles ends, they dwell safely, and the Messiah is actually the one who gathers them. But nothing, nothing that the prophecies stated was supposed to happen has happened. And a lot of people are twisting themselves into pretzels trying to figure out how to make this fit Bible prophecy, or how to make it appear that this is um, a fulfillment of prophecy. I don't know what to tell them. It's not. If it was, you would be able to point to the specific chapter and verse and say that's what it is. And if you really, a lot of people say don't read the Old Testament. Not maybe not a lot, but some people have said that to me. But I don't even like to say Old Testament because it's all just one book. But let's just say the front of the book is just as important as the back of the book. And so, um, I'm glad to have you on too, Heather. I would open it up to let people on. Uh, I could put the StreamYard link in the chat actually, now that I think about it. See if we can do that. If anybody wants to come on, whether they want to disagree with what I'm saying or not. But so what was I? Let me pin that. Okay, I can't even pin this because of this heart icon is in the way. Oh well, I can't pin the. I wish YouTube didn't add that little heart icon there. So as I was saying, if I can remember what I was saying, um, I know it's not Ezekiel 38, and it's none of the prophecies that they are trying to make it out to be with a spacer. I don't know what spacer is. But like I said, I probably won't be on long. I was just gonna test and see how this thing works out, and also give people a chance to talk. I don't know. I just feel like that was a thing to do, even though uh, I'm not really good for live streams because like I just lose my train of thought and I just forget things that I'm saying. Like you just witnessed that happen. So like I said, I'm not really a live stream person. Now I can't prove. Some people say that the Albert Pike letter was a fabrication, and I'm not sure if it is or not. But I am inclined to agree that what's probably going to happen is that um, Jerusalem, or the people who are inhabiting Jerusalem right now, are probably going to be defeated. I know that kind of goes against what other people are saying right now, but that's what I'm kind of thinking is going to happen, because the thing that has been on my mind and heart lately is, even though some people think there's going to be a third temple, and I don't see that, and yeah, I just don't see that. I think what is more likely to happen from this is that whatever whoever is really pulling the strings is actually going to cause those people to be destroyed, and it's going to make it look as if the Bible prophecies have failed. And if if it looks that way, then people are going to lose faith. They're going to walk away. They're going to, or at least they're going to have some serious questions and doubts about the Bible, because it will appear that the prophecies have failed. But then again, like I said at the beginning of this, none of the prophecies are fulfilled by that state of Israel anyway. So I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they will, you know, destroy the enemies around them and set up a third temple. I don't see it, but they could do that, and then they could try to repeat what already happened in the past with an antichrist or whoever going into a third temple and profaning the temple. But the problem with that is, what Jesus said, and I can't remember exactly what chapter and verse, but when they see the abomination of desolation, that they were supposed to flee into the mountains, not come down from the rooftops, or not go back into the city. And he says that they were going to fall by the edge of the sword and be led captive into all nations. So if we are to take that prophecy and say that it still has to be fulfilled, then we're saying that the people who are in Jerusalem now are going to go into captivity into all nations. And I don't think anybody really expects that to happen. So we can't make that a future prophecy either. So I don't know about this whole third temple thing, or whatever people expect them to try to build over there. I just don't see it. So maybe I will give this maybe another 10 or 15 minutes, and maybe I'll jump off. So what else has been on my mind? Um, so yeah, I also, yeah, I started to make a video about this whole thing, at least about Ezekiel 38 specifically. But I also kind of, I don't know if it's really worth it, because I can put all the scriptures, all the information, or whatever, this and that, into a video. But if people don't want it, then what good does it do? Like, if people don't, if people can read it or see it and still reject it, especially if it's like clearly stated in the Bible, then what's the point? Then I might as well just not even spend the time and effort, because I do have books that I can read. I do have two books that I was already starting on, and I have a lot more too on other subjects that I kind of just put on hold for a while, because like I have said in a number of community posts, I'm just kind of waiting on direction before I proceed with any more of that subject. Wait a minute, let me check. I'm sorry, I wasn't even checking the. All right. So what is this build a wall comment for? I don't know. I know it's a joke, but I'm kind of trying to understand it. Yeah, about the Great Deception. I'm not even sure if this is the. There's just so many deceptions. It's like, which one is the great one? You know, um, when Paul speaks of the strong delusion, is he really talking about a certain event that happens, or is he talking about a state of mind? When he says God will send them a strong delusion, is that just a willingness to accept a lie and embrace the truth, or is that an actual event that happens? I don't know, because I once I think I know what a strong delusion is, something else happens. I'm like, well, that's a pretty strong delusion too. So which one is it? About building a wall so that they can't go into captivity? You mean? Well, according to what Jesus said, that they would not leave one stone upon another. So even if you built a wall, that wall wouldn't last according to the prophecy. I mean, it was already fulfilled, but if people are going to keep using that chapter and verse where Jesus tells those who are in Judea at the time to head for the mountains and get out of the city, well, read all of it, where he says they're not going to leave one stone upon another. They're going to lay the city even with the ground. The people are going to go into captivity until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. It doesn't. It's not a future thing. It already happened in 70 AD. If 70 AD was even the correct year, and we never know. Everything is. We can't really trust anything in this world we live in. So, like I said, maybe I'll give it. Um, I don't know how long people actually want me to stay on, but I was probably just thinking maybe 10 more minutes. Um, I put I'll put the link in the chat again if anybody wants to join. I couldn't pin it at the top yet. Wait, maybe I can now. So yeah, what's really frustrating to me too is that there are a lot of like there were some Christian pastors and ministers that I do believe are legit, and I'm not talking about like a lot of these people are suspect to me. I'm just going to say it. Paul Bigley, who I used to follow, who I used to think was okay, he has become very suspect to me, and it happened. It started a long time ago with him because I used to get on his. He had a website where he used to live stream his show, and I used to get in there, and every time I would say that the Queen of Heaven was Satan, I used to get banned or timed out and stuff like that. And that's when I first started like suspecting that this guy was either Catholic or he was. I don't hate Catholics. I'm just saying that you got some stuff that you got to work out, some incorrect beliefs that need to be straightened out. And so anyway, I started to suspect him back then, and he's really going hard for Israel, and even people like Stephen Danoon is telling him that there's this kind of all these things are happening that shouldn't be able to happen, and now he's calling out Stephen Danoon saying that you can't even trust him because he isn't all in for Israel. And I'm like, he's making himself even more suspect by doing that because it should be clear and obvious to everybody that Hamas shouldn't have been able to infiltrate Israel like that on what do you call them, paragliders or whatever. So for him to attack Stephen Danoon and turn on him like that, I'm like, yeah, that's even more suspect. But there are some people who are really, I think, legit. Like, what's his name? Who I used to follow. I still do. Ricky Scaparo from End Time Headlines. Even though I don't agree, he's pre-trib and all that stuff. I haven't agreed with everything that he used to say and believe. I still I consider him somebody who I know that the spirit of the Father is in him, but he's also falling for this deception. And again, like I said, it's frustrating and disappointing to me to see people falling for this trick. And I'm like, I know you read the Bible. I know you read it. you know, I know, and Mike Hoggart too, who I also, he's one of the few people who I still listen to on YouTube as well. I'm like, I know both of you read the Bible. Why are you blindly following this deception? So, Khalil, I don't plan to delete the live. I don't really like. I just set it up like a few minutes ago, so I haven't even really thought out what I'm going to do further with live streams. If I'm going to continue doing live streams, or if I'm just going to do whatever. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Um, about the shots, well, the uh, the jabs that I didn't get it. Thankfully, I didn't get it, and I didn't even get sick. Maybe I'm not going to say that. I don't want to boast, so I just be careful about how I say things because if I if I boast, that may end up displeasing the Most High, and He may just let me catch a little something. But I didn't get the Rona. I probably shouldn't even say Rona. I got to think of a name for that where I'd be safe. I didn't get that, and I didn't get the jabs. and I don't plan to. And it's funny because the only people who I have seen get the coof actually were people who got the jab, so and were boosted. That was funny to me. Yeah, the cooties or the so there was another name. I don't know, but so as I was saying though, it is disappointing to me to see people who read the Bible, who I know read the Bible, still, not understand these prophecies that are in the Old Testament about Israel. Because if you did, you would be like, "Well, this doesn't fit." you know, I thought they were supposed to be at peace when they returned. Where's the rest of them? Why did only one tribe come back? Where are the rest of the tribes? Where's the Messiah? Where's the peace? They're not supposed to study war anymore. Where's the prosperity? How come the land is still desolate? Why are they still afraid? They were supposed to return and not be afraid anymore. And and to me, another red flag should be the fact that the U.S. like immediately is just like we're fully behind them. If that was a real, no, I don't know if I should say that, but to me, when the U.S. supports something, that's a red flag to me too. So even if you didn't know the Bible, like I would be extremely concerned to see the U.S. fully supporting that state. Yes, it's Gog. That's who is in the land. People are like people think that Gog is going to come against uh, the people who are in the land of Judea right now, but they are Gog. They are from the land of Magog. That's who they are. And the Bible said um, that the Most High would enlarge Japheth and that he would dwell in the tents of Shem. And Ashkenaz is the son of Gomer, who is the son of Japheth. And Ashkenaz is dwelling in the tents of Shem, or the tabernacles, or the land of Shem right now, just like the Bible said. And you look at Daniel chapter 11, verse 45. Who is the him, or who is the he who will set the tabernacles of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain? Who is the one who will put his tabernacle in Jerusalem? Well, it already told you in Genesis that it would be Japheth or Ashkenaz, who is descendant of Japheth. And who do these people refer to themselves? They call themselves the Ashkenazi. And you say, well, why do you call yourself Ashkenaz if you're Israel? If you're Shem, if you're Shemitic, why are you naming yourself after Japheth? That's a question that people should be asking. Why are you naming yourself after Japheth if you're Shem, if you're Shemitic? Because the devil can tell you a lie, but at the same time, there's going to be some truth in it. you know, and in order for you to, so that when you get caught believing a lie, it's like, well, we did tell you that we did tell you who we were. So it's on you if you believe the lie. It's weird like that. But my dog is down there going crazy. Is that supposed to be Pope? Do I think the Pope will end up over there? I don't think this guy who is in there now is going to make it very long. Whoever, like the office is more important than the person. So I don't know who may end up replacing him, who may go there. But that, as far as I know, they're not the same people either, because Rome, I, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Rome is Edom, and in the UK and America branched off of Rome as well. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's in the architecture anyway. You know, it's in the it's and it's even in the U.S. flag. If you read Obadiah, and you know they put it right there on the flag. They exalt themselves as the eagle, and they put their nest among the stars. The nest or the colonies among the stars. You know, they kind of give themselves away. So you know, we see things in prophecy right before our face, and we still deny it because we don't like to face that reality. But um, I believe Rome, the UK, and America are Edom, but the Bible says that it would be Ashkenaz or it would be Japheth who would dwell in the tents of Shem. Japheth who would be taking the land of Jerusalem into his possession. But Edom definitely helped. It wasn't something that Japheth or Ashkenaz did on their own. Rome definitely helped put them there. Yeah, the man of sin. I don't know exactly how that's going to unfold. I have my opinion, but then again, I could easily be wrong. I could easily be wrong. I don't know why he came up here to start barking. He should have stayed downstairs where he was. Just try to tell him to go downstairs. I don't know if he's going to listen to me though. Yeah, the illusion of choice. Yeah, red and blue. What is the little dog? Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, they bark real loud when they're inside, but open the door and let them outside, they get quiet. But they don't want anybody to see them. They know they're real small, but inside they bark like a big dog. I don't know. This is how my dog is. But yeah, I think I'll probably wrap this up. I don't really even know if I'll make another live or not. Um, I just wanted to give this a shot. So thank you all for joining and talking with me. Um, yep, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for talking with me. Maybe I'll post a video on this subject that I was talking about. Maybe I won't. It'll take some time due to the reading that I want to do if I do make a video. But yeah, I was just reading the comments about the dog. All right. So anyway, thank you all, and may our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ bless you.